Environmental legislation. So environmental legislation means a plan of action adopted by the government, rationalizing the course of action. The awareness and the consideration of the environment cover the several environmental issues such as pollution of water, air, soil, land degradation, industrialization, urbanization, depletion of the natural resource, etc. So environmental legislation tries to enact all the laws of environment in a justifiable manner, and environmental law plays a very crucial and important role in regulating the use of natural resource and protecting the environment. And protecting the environment, the success of the environmental legislation mainly depends on the way they are enforced. And legislation also serves as a very valuable tool for educating masses about their responsibility in maintaining healthy environment. So environmental legislation tries to enact all the laws of environment in a justifiable manner. Then environmental law plays a very crucial and important role in regulating the use of natural resources and in protecting the environment. The success of the environmental legislation mainly depend on the way they are enforced, and legislation also serves as a valuable tool for educating masses about their responsibilities in maintaining the healthy environment. The environmental legislation also, although varies from country or continent, environmental legislation also varies from country or country or continent, focuses on a common goal of secure and sustainable living at Earth. Then environmental legislation also varies from country or continent, focuses on a common goal of secure and sustainable living at Earth. Then need for legislation. Effective legislation is needed in order to prevent the misuse and degradation of environment. Um, Effective legislation is needed in order to prevent the misuse and degradation. Misuse and degradation should be prevented, and for this reason, this legislation is very much needed to curb the destructive practice, of the unscrupulous people, forest mafia groups, then poachers, polluters, and over exploiters of the environmental resources. And effective legislation is necessary. Then pollution is an important factor. And it does not observe the political territories or legislative jurisdiction. Legislative jurisdiction. Thus, the environmental problems are intrinsically global in nature. Therefore, to prevent such problems, environmental legislation is not needed only at the national level but also at the international level. Pollution is an important factor, and it does not observe the political territories of legislative jurisdictions, and thus environmental problems are intrinsically global in nature, and therefore to prevent such problems, environmental legislation is not needed only at the national level but also the international levels also. Then environmental laws and policies in Bangladesh. Environmental conservation laws 1997, declaring an ecologically critical area and environmental clearance. Environmental laws in Bangladesh, the environmental conservation rules 1997, declaring an ecologically critical area, environmental clearance, the Environment Conservation Acts 1995, and the environment policy is 1992, and the environment action plans in Bangladesh. Then environment conservation ECR, conservation rules or ECR in 1997 Bangladesh. Government of People's Republic of Bangladesh, Ministry of the Environment and Forest. The declarations of the declarations of the critical area. The government declared areas as ecologically critical area, human habitat, ancient monument, then archaeological site, forest sanctuary. forest sanctuary, then a national park, game reserve, then wild animals habitat, wetland, mangrove, forest area, biodiversity of the relevant area, uh, and this area, total area. Then the procedure of the issuing environmental clearance certificate for green category, general information about the industrial unit or the project, and exact descriptions of the raw materials and the manufactured product, and no objection certificate from the local authorities. For orange A category, general information about the industrial unit or project, then exact descriptions of the raw material and the manufactured product, no objection certificate from the local authority, and the process flow diagram. Then effluent discharge arrangement will be there, and outline of the plan for relocation and rehabilitation if applicable, the other necessary information if applicable, then for orange B category, the report on the feasibility on the industrial unit or project applicable only for the proposed industrial unit or project, applicable only for proposed industrial unit or project. Then report on the initial environmental examination of the examinations of the industrial unit or project, and also the process flow diagram, and layout plan showing the location of the effluent treatment plan, design of the effluent treatment plan ETP of the unit or the project and these are applicable only for the proposed industrial unit or project. For orange B category, report on the feasibility of the industrial unit or project applicable only for the proposed industrial unit or project. Report on the initial environmental examinations or IEE of the industrial unit or project, and also the process flow diagram and layout plan showing the locations of the effluent treatment plan, design for the effluent treatment plan ETP, and the unit or project. These are applicable only for the proposed industrial unit or project. Then the report on the environmental management plan by EMP for industrial unit or project, and also the process flow diagram, layout plan showing the location of the effluent treatment plan, design of the effluent treatment plan, and the information about the effectiveness on the ETP of the unit or project, and these are applicable only for an existing industrial unit or project, and no objection certificate from the local authorities, and emergency plan relating adverse environmental impact and the plan for mitigation of the effect of the pollution, outline of the relocation and rehabilitation plan where applicable, then other necessary information where applicable. Then report on the environmental management plan EMP for the industrial unit or project, and also the process flow diagram, layout plan showing the location of the effluent treatment plan, design of the effluent treatment plan, and the information about the effectiveness of the ETP of the unit or a project, and these are applicable only for existing industrial unit or project. No objection certificate from the local authorities, and the emergency plan relating adverse environmental impact and plan for mitigation of the effect of pollution. Outline the relocation rehabilitation plan where the applicable, other necessary information where applicable. Then red category মধ্যে যেটা আছে সেটা হচ্ছে report on the feasibility on the industrial unit or project applicable only for proposed industrial unit or project. Report on the industrial environmental examination IE relating to the industrial unit or project. Report on the environmental management plan. The report on the environmental management plan EMP for the industrial unit or project, and also the process flow diagram and layout plan showing the locations of the effluent treatment plan, and design and information about the effectiveness of the effluent treatment plan of the unit or project, and these are applicable only for existing industrial unit or project. Then plan of the unit or project, and these are applicable only for existing industrial unit or project. This is in red category. Then no objection certificate of the local authority, then emergency plan relating adverse environmental impact, and plan for mitigations of the effect of the pollution. So Number 5 is the emergency plan relating adverse environmental impact and plan for mitigating the effect of the pollution. Then number 6 is the outline of the relocation rehabilitation plan where applicable. Then standards for the emission from the motor vehicles ECR 97. ECR 97 is the parameters unit and standard limit. Then black smoke, heart rate, trees smoke unit HSU standard limit 65. Carbon monoxide unit gram by kilometer is 24. Then hydrocarbon is ppm in ppm, then it is 180. Then oxides of nitrogen, it is also in ppm, it's 600. Then textile in the industry ECR 97 parameter standard for presence in the unit of milligram per liter, pH 6 to 9, suspended solids 100, BOD 150, total chromium 2, sulfide 1, oil and grease হচ্ছে 10, total dissolved solids 2100, waste water flow 100 per kg of the fabric process. Note BOD limit of 150 milligram per liter implies only with the physiochemical processing. Special parameters based on the classifications on dye use. Then sugarcane industry ECR 97 parameters and the standard for presence in a unit of the milligram per liter. pH is 6 to 9. Suspended solid is 150, BOD is 50. Wastewater per ton of the sugarcane crushing in the cubic meter is 0.5. Oil and grease is 10. Then standards for sewage discharge parameters is BOD, unit is milligram per liter, standard unit is 40. Nitrate milligram per liter is 250, phosphate is milligram per liter 35. Suspended solid SS is 100. Temperature is degree centigrade 30. Coliform is number per 100 milliliter. Number per 100 milliliter is 1000. Notes is the limit shall be applicable to discharge into surface and inland water bodies. Then sewage shall be chlorinated before the final discharge. Which parameters should be considered for the nitrogenous fertilizer plant effluent? The nitrogen fertilizer plant effluent liquid waste parameters as nitrogen, total Zeldal nitrogen, then chromium at discharge point of the chromate removal plant or total chromium, hexavalent chromium, then suspended solids, oil and grease, then wastewater flow. So which parameter should be considered? The nitrogen fertilizer plant effluent, nitrogenous fertilizer plant effluent liquid waste parameters as nitrogen, total Zeldal nitrogen, chromium at discharge point of the chromate removal plant as total CR, hexavalent chromium, suspended solids, oil and grease, wastewater flow. Then which parameters should be considered for the phosphate fertilizer plant gaseous emission? Sources and parameters, then granulation mixing and the grinding section. Parameters is particulate. Then phosphoric and acid preparations is total fluoride as F, and the sulfuric acid plant is sulfur dioxide DCDA, SCSA sulfuric acid mist. This is also in parameter. Then which parameter should be considered for the tannery industry plant effluent is the pH, suspended solids, BOD, then sulfide, total chromium, oil and grease, total dissolved solids, and waste water. Then how stringent and prescribed are the waste discharge standards fixed in the ECR 97 for industries? This standard shall be applicable to all the industries or projects other than those specified under the heading standards for sector wise industrial effluent or emission. Compliance with these standards shall be ensured from the moment an industrial unit starts trial mm, unit starts trial productions, and in other cases from the moment a project starts operation. Then this standard shall be inviolable. This standard should be inviolable even in case of any simple collection intensely at any point of time, and these standards may be enforced in a more stringent manner if considered necessary in view of the environmental condition of a particular situation. Then the inland surface water means drains, ponds, tanks, water bodies, ditches, canals, river, springs, and estuaries. Public sewerage system means treatment facilities of the first and second stage, and also the combined and the complete treatment facilities. Irrigable land means such lands areas which is sufficiently irrigated by wastewater, taking into consideration the quantity and the quality of the such water for cultivation of selected crops on that land. And inland surface water standards shall apply to any discharge to a public sewerage system, or to the land if the discharge does not meet the requirement of the definitions in notes 5 and 6 above.